Russian leader Vladimir Putin praises mercenary commanders and soldiers who avoided bloodshed and says he will honor his promises of amnesty. President Vladimir Putin expressed his thanks to Russian security forces and citizens for opposing the mutiny by the Wagner mercenary force in an address broadcast on state television. The comments on the crisis late on Monday were followed by Putin meeting Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu, the head of Russia's main domestic security service, and other top ministers, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said. "I thank all the soldiers and intelligence service staff who stood in the way of the mutineers," the Russian leader said, adding everything possible was done on his orders to avoid bloodshed. He also thanked Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko for mediating with Wagner boss Yevgeny Prigozhin to call off the armed group's advance on Moscow. Putin, without mentioning Prigozhin by name, thanked the mercenary commanders and soldiers who avoided bloodshed, and said he would honor his promise to allow Wagner forces to relocate to Belarus if they wanted, sign a contract with Russia's defense ministry, or return to their families. All attempts to sow chaos in Russia were destined to fail, the president said. He blamed Russia's enemies and said they miscalculated. The organizers of the mutiny who betrayed the country also betrayed those who were on their side, said Putin. Russia analyst Pavel Felgenhauer described Putin's comments as a victory speech directed towards the Russian public. Of course, this doesn't mean that problems have dissipated. It's not fine actually because Putin called on the Wagner fighters to join the defense ministry, and they're not doing it, he told Al Jazeera. They are still there with their weapons, they are well organized, they're the best fighting force in the land right now. And what will be their next move is not clear. Right now, they most likely feel threatened. They didn't disappear. He called the move a reaction to an attack on his forces that he said killed about 30 fighters. He spoke on Monday in his first audio statement since the aborted armed rebellion he staged on Saturday. "We went to demonstrate our protest and not to overthrow power in the country," Prigozhin said. "We halted at the moment when the first assault unit deployed its artillery near Moscow, conducted reconnaissance, and realized that a lot of blood would be spilled." Prigozhin shocked the world by leading Saturday's armed revolt, only to abruptly call it off as his fighters approached the capital, having shot down several aircraft, but meeting no resistance on the ground during a dash of nearly 800 kilometers. Russia's three main news agencies reported on Monday a criminal case against Prigozhin had not been closed, an apparent reversal of an offer of immunity publicized as part of the deal that persuaded him to stand down. Prigozhin gave few clues about his own fate, including his whereabouts, or the deal under which he halted the move towards Moscow.